This morning we'll read a few verses out of the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verses 6 through 8. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. And the peace of God, which passes all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. First of all, he told us in this time that we're going through, and the longer it goes, the more anxious people get, the more bad news that we hear about people getting the disease and people dying, and then through all these storms and the problems that came with it. But we've not ever fell short of anything to pray for. And he said, be careful for nothing. I say, well, I'm just going to hang out at the house and just make it through this. Well, we've still got to pray. We've still got to rely upon God in everything that we do. And he said, in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. We know we need to pray. And he said, and by prayer and supplication, which is the action of asking for something earnestly or humbly. And it comes from a Latin verb which means to plead humbly. And we need to humbly plead with God through this time, through the loneliness if you're in home, quarantined away from everybody, or through the anxiousness of wanting to get out and do things, or to go to God's house. And we need to earnestly and humbly plead with God, and God has the answer. God has the end of this. He has the answers to everything. The answer to whatever the question is Jesus, and we've got to have Jesus, and the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. And through this time, it's easy, and we get a lot of time to think. We're sitting at home, and if you enjoy ball games, there's not any of that to go to or to watch, or whatever your pastime might be that's taken away. And so we have a lot of time just to sit and think. And many times that's where a Christian gets into trouble. A lot of our sin comes from just the thoughts and that we have. And we have a God that said he knows the thoughts of our heart. He said, and the intent thereof. And we think, well, preacher, I can't control my thoughts. But he gave us a way. He said, finally, brother, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things. There's still a lot of good things and then to think about, and there's plenty still to thank God for, because no matter what, we're still saved, and that by the grace of God. We still have a home in glory, and that waiting on us. No matter what we face here, God's still on the throne. He's still alive and well. He was resurrected and on that third at a border, and Jesus is at the right hand of the Father to make intercession for you and I, if we'll go to him in prayer. It's good if we'll go to him in prayer, with supplication, with humble pleading, and with thanksgiving, and be thankful in that for what we do. And thankful in that he did save our soul, and that from the devil's hell. And if we'll go to him, he's got a peace that surpasses all understanding, and he'll keep our hearts and our minds through Christ Jesus. And think about these things. Think about the things of praise. Think about the lovely things, the true, the good things, the things of good report, and we can make it through this time. But stay close to God. God bless.